What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily, your daily news from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. And all is quiet on the Islanders front today, but hockey has returned. The regular season has kicked off once more here for this NHL season. And what an exciting time that real NHL regular season hockey has returned, and I'm looking forward to the year. I know some people think it might go bad, some people might think it goes good. But to me, it's just about enjoying the season. It's my favorite sport to watch, and I'm just so excited that hockey is back. You know, the first game today was the Panthers versus Blackhawks. Panthers did win that game. A.J. Greer scored a goal, a former Bridgeport Islanders legend right there. But yeah, the Panthers did take the game, but I thought Spencer Knight played really, really well that game. He looks like starting to become the goalie that the teams thought he was going to be when the Panthers drafted him, of course, trading him to Chicago to get Seth Jones. So, yeah, I thought Spencer Knight played good. It was a good, entertaining game, which I don't think a lot of people expected from the Blackhawks, but they played a good game and made it entertaining. And as I'm recording this, the Rangers are currently playing the Penguins. The Penguins are winning 1-0, so Dan Muse in his NHL head coaching debut has a lead early on. Mike Sullivan, coaching for the Rangers now, who's just fired by the Penguins, is down. And yeah, so that game's on my TV, or it has been on my TV, but I have decided to come in and record this now. So it kind of stinks, though. I always feel like the Islanders play a team who already has gotten their legs under them before we have, which is kind of annoying because the Penguins are playing this game, so they'll be playing their second game of the year against us on Thursday. So that's kind of annoying, but gives us a little more scouting time, I guess, for us Islanders fans and the Islanders themselves to do a little scouting, see what the Penguins are running, the formations, the setups they're doing, and with the new head coach. So I guess, there's drawbacks, and, there's positives for having to wait to play a team who has already played. And yeah, that's about all there. Hockey's back. So exciting. I can't wait. And then the Islanders power play, the lines that they were using in this for practice today was power play 1 was Tony DeAngelo, Matt Barzal, Jonathan Drouin, Bo Horvat, and Kyle Palmieri. The second power play unit was Matthew Schaefer, Maxim Shabanov, Anthony Duclair, Emil Heineman, and Anders Lee. So people probably are going to look on the outside and say, that's not exactly good power plays. But, I'm going to hold my judgment until I see them in a game. Obviously, the Islanders' power plays has been pretty bad. We all know that. Obviously, you got the new power play coach this season. But I think power play 1 is a solid unit. I definitely do. And I think power play unit 2 has the potential with Schaefer, Shabanov, Duclair, Heineman, and Lee. If everything clicks there, I really think that unit could actually turn and, be solid. Because I know right now that you hear that unit and you're like, what is that? That's like a mishmash of players. But in training camp today, practice, not training camp anymore, my apologies. It's just practice now as there's no more training camp. Power play unit 2 was looking very good. Schaefer, Shabanov, and Duclair were really passing. They were making clean passes to each other, and we're finding Emil Heineman to, score those goals. And that is a good-looking thing. That was good. I saw clips of it on Twitter of the passing from, outside sources, and they look decent. Obviously, you're not going up against, the true penalty kill. I mean, maybe it was a true penalty kill. I'm not really sure. I'm taking this all off of Twitter. But we'll have to see how those power play units look against, like the Penguins on Thursday. Hopefully we get a power play to see how it looks. But yeah, I think these power play units aren't anything special. But when I look at them, there's no reason this power play unit should still be, ranked number 31 in the NHL. This looks like an average power play unit that should easily be, in the low 20s, which still isn't great by any means necessary. But there's no reason that I'm looking at this unit and they should be, bottom of the barrel again. So let's hope that things change here. And now I'm going to be talking a little bit about Patrick Waugh, because I think this is Patrick Waugh's chance. Darsh came in for Lou Lamoriello. He decided to keep Waugh on for the season. So I do believe this is Waugh's one and final chance to show that he can coach the Islanders. Now, for Patrick Waugh, I don't think the Islanders need to make the playoffs for him to keep this job. They just need to look competitive and keep these games close and have a competitive season. Because at the end of the day, I think the Islanders' talent is lacking compared to other teams. And, if Wa's able to get this team to the playoffs, I mean, wow, solid thing. So Patrick Waugh came in and started coaching for us in the 23-24 season when Lane Lambert was fired and Waugh filled in as the interim, or he was hired instantaneously, I should say. But he came in, and in 37 coach games, he went 20-12-5, 45 points, and he got us into the postseason that year, where unfortunately we did lose in the first round to Carolina, the team who just seems to own us. Hopefully we can flip that script because, man, the Hurricanes are starting to really grow to be one of my least favorite teams in the Metropolitan Division. So hopefully we can kind of break that curse. And then last season we went 35-35-12 for 82 points, finished 6th in the division. And this is weird, though. We went 35-35-12 with an abysmal power play, an abysmal penalty kill. So I don't know what to really think here about these, like Patrick Waugh. I think this is going to be the true test for Patrick Waugh. What coach is Patrick Waugh? Obviously, he had a long, successful head coaching career in the QMJHL junior hockey. And I really like Patrick Waugh. I really do. So I really hope he is able to show that he can be the coach for the Islanders' future. Obviously, he's better than Lane Lambert. Good thing we fired him. But this is it for Waugh. This is his proving grounds here. Last year I'll give him a pass because the talent was lacking in my opinion. But you have to show improvement on the power play. You have to show improvement on the penalty kill. You have to show improvement as a team. And hopefully Waugh, we know he's not afraid to speak his mind and ridicule players. So I'm just hoping that Patrick Waugh is able to coach the team and get the system going for us where the Islanders can have a competitive season and hopefully make the playoffs because I do really like Patrick Waugh, and I think if everything clicks, he could be a really great head coach. And, it's going to be this is the year. Darsh kept him on this season. Darsh didn't bring in his own head coach or anything like that. He kept Patrick Waugh on, and the two of them seem close. So I wonder, obviously if the Islanders bomb out and are horrible, you'll see him fired. But I feel like this is really Darsh has given him an opportunity to prove that he deserves to be the head coach of the New York Islanders for the foreseeable future, and I hope he's able to prove it. I hope the Islanders come out, have a great season, and make the playoffs. But in order to do that, I hope Darsh and Waugh decide to, put in like a Cal Ritchie, maybe some younger guys into the lineup here. But, yeah, that's all I really got to say. Obviously, if the Islanders are, they're going to be going for the playoffs, of course. Every team in the NHL is going for the playoffs. But if the Islanders are struggling at the deadline, I think we could, trade a lot of people, bomb out, and take, hopefully get a good draft pick in a loaded draft class. And I don't know. I don't think Waugh gets fired after this year. I know I'm saying that it's all on Waugh. I think this is his proving chance. But I feel like he's got, unless the Islanders are completely horrible, I think Patrick Waugh stays no matter what. And I think that he's going to want to go out there and prove that, he's not a middle-of-the-line coach. I think he wants to prove that he can be a good coach in hockey, and I think he can do it. I really do. I know I'm an optimist. I know a lot of the people in the comments are more pessimistic towards the Islanders, but I am more optimistic towards the New York Islanders, even when I shouldn't be. But, if I'm not hoping, if I'm not being optimistic, what's the fun in that? What's the fun in being down on the team? I want to start a season, have hope, and that's the way I do it all the time. I'm a New York Jets fan, and every season I sit down and I'm like, this could be the year the Jets make the playoffs, and, for the last 15 years, that has not been the case. Luckily, with the Islanders, they have given us some good moments, and hopefully they can make more good moments this year when nobody expects them to do it again. So that's going to be all for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave comments down below on things you want me to talk about in the future. And as always, let's go Islanders.